ever want to speak English, but then you feel nervous and say nothing?
Maybe you know the words in your head, but when it is time to speak, everything feels difficult?
If that sounds like you, this episode is for you.
Welcome back to qlip English.
I'm Michael.
And I'm Olivia.
Today we are talking about a very common problem.
The fear of speaking English.
Yes, many learners feel this.
They study grammar, learn words, and listen to English every day.
But when they need to speak, they freeze.
And that can feel very frustrating.
It really can.
Michael, did you ever feel like that?
Yes, I did. For a long time, I was afraid to speak English.
Really?
Yes, I understood a lot, but speaking was hard for me.
So today, you're going to tell us how you fixed that fear.
Yes, I want to share what helped me.
Good. I think many listeners need this.
I hope so. Let's start at the beginning. What did that fear feel like?
For me, it was very strong. When I wanted to speak, my heart started beating fast.
I know that feeling.
My hands felt cold, and sometimes my voice became very quiet.
And your mind?
My mind went blank.
Even when you knew what to say?
Yes, that was the worst part. I knew the answer, but I could not say it.
That happens to many people.
Yes. Later, when I was alone, I could say the sentence very easily.
So the English was there, but the fear stopped you.
Exactly.
When did this happen the most?
In class, and also when I spoke to new people.
So it was harder when other people were listening.
Much harder.
What were you thinking in those moments?
I was thinking, what if I make a mistake?
Very common.
Then I thought, what if they don't understand me?
Yes.
And sometimes I thought, what if they laugh at me?
That kind of thought can stop you very fast.
It stopped me many times.
Did you feel angry with yourself?
Yes, sometimes. I wanted to speak, but I stayed silent.
That must have felt bad.
It did. I felt like I was not moving forward.
So what was the first thing that changed?
The first big change was this. I stopped waiting to be perfect.
That is such an important point.
Before, I wanted everything to be right.
Perfect grammar, perfect words, perfect pronunciation.
Yes, and that made speaking feel very heavy.
Too much pressure.
Exactly. Too much pressure.
So what did you do instead?
I told myself, simple English is okay.
I like that.
Then I told myself, mistakes are okay too.
That changes everything.
It really does. When you stop chasing perfect English, speaking becomes easier.
Because now the goal is communication, not perfection.
Yes, that was the first step for me.
What was the second step?
I started speaking alone every day.
Talking to yourself?
Yes,
Some people may laugh at that idea, but it really works.
it does, and it is a safe way to start.
What did you talk about?
Very simple things from daily life.
Can you give us a few examples?
Sure, I said, I am making breakfast.
Nice.
I am washing the dishes.
Very natural.
I need to open the window.
Good.
Today, I feel tired.
These are simple sentences, but they are real
Exactly, and that is why they help.
because you are talking about your real life.
Yes, your daily life gives you easy things to say.
How long did you do this every day?
At first, only 5 minutes.
That's short.
Yes, and that was good for me. I wanted it to feel easy.
That makes sense. If it feels too hard, people often stop.
Right. Small practice is better than no practice.
What happened after a few days?
I started to feel more comfortable hearing myself speak English.
That is a big step.
It is. At first, it felt strange to hear myself speaking English out loud.
I think many learners feel that.
Yes, but after some practice, it felt normal.
Good. So you became more comfortable with your own voice.
Exactly.
What helped after that?
I started using shorter sentences.
Shorter than before?
Much shorter.
Why did that help?
Because long sentences made me nervous. I tried to say too much, and then I got stuck.
So shorter sentences gave you more control.
Yes. For example, instead of saying, I would like to explain my opinion about this, I said, I think this is good.
Much easier.
Yes, small sentences are easier to say and easier to remember.
And when you finish one sentence, you feel more confident.
Exactly. Then you can say one more.
I really like that. Start small, then keep going.
That helps me a lot.
Did you also use any special phrases when you got stuck?
Yes, and those phrases were very useful.
What kind of phrases?
Small phrases that help when you need time.
Ah, yes, those are great.
For example, give me a second.
Very useful.
Can you say that again?
Good one.
Let me think.
I use that too.
And how do you say this in English?
That is a very important one.
Yes, these phrases helped me stay in the conversation.
So even when you did not know a word, the conversation did not stop.
Right. Before, I stopped completely. Later, I learned how to keep going.
That makes a big difference.
It really does.
What about listening? Did listening help your speaking?
Yes, very much.
How?
I listen to simple English every day. Podcasts, short videos, and easy conversations.
And then you repeated what you heard?
Yes, I repeated short parts out loud.
Not long parts.
No, just one short sentence at a time.
Why was that useful?
Because it gave me ready-made phrases.
So you did not need to build every sentence from zero.
Exactly. I could copy natural English first and then use it later in real life.
That makes speaking much easier.
Much easier.
When did you start speaking with other people?
Not at the beginning. First, I wanted a little more confidence.
That sounds smart.
Then I spoke with one friend.
Was your friend patient?
Yes, very patient. That helped a lot.
I think the first person matters.
I agree. A kind person can make a big difference.
Were you still nervous when you spoke to that friend?
Yes, very nervous.
So what did you do?
I told the truth.
What did you say?
I said, I feel nervous, but I want to practice.
That is simple and honest.
My friend said, that's okay. Take your time.
That must have helped.
It did. Right away, I felt calmer.
So being honest made the conversation easier.
Yes, I did not try to hide my fear.
And did you still make mistakes?
Of course.
But this time, you kept going.
Yes, that was the big change.
Before, one mistake stopped you.
Exactly. But later, I understood something important.
What was it?
One mistake is just one mistake. It does not mean I am bad at English.
That is a very healthy way to think. Yes, I changed the way I talked to myself.
Tell me more.
Before, I said things like, "My English is terrible."
That sounds painful.
It was. Later, I started saying, "I am still learning."
Much better.
I also said, "This is practice, not a test."
I love that sentence.
Me too. It helped me relax.
Because speaking is not a school exam every time.
Exactly. Speaking is practice.
That idea can really help listeners.
I think so too.
Did you ever compare yourself to other learners?
Yes, all the time.
And that probably made things worse.
It did. I looked at people who spoke better than me, and then I felt small.
So what did you do?
I stopped focusing on other people. I started looking only at my own progress.
That is much better.
Yes, I asked myself, am I a little better than last month?
Not, am I better than that other person?
Exactly.
That is a good lesson for everyone.
It really is. If someone is listening now and feels afraid to speak English, what can they do this week?
I would suggest 4 simple things.
Great, let's hear them.
First, speak alone for 5 minutes every day.
Good.
Second, use short and simple sentences.
Very helpful.
Third, learn 3 or 4 small phrases that help when you get stuck.
Like, can you repeat that? Or, let me think.
Yes, exactly.
And the fourth thing?
Speak to one real person, even for 1 minute.
Just 1 minute?
Yes, just 1 minute. It feels small, and that makes it easier to start.
I like that. It feels possible, not too scary.
Exactly. Small steps work better.
What if someone says, but I am still shy?
That is okay.
So they do not need to change their whole personality.
No, you can be shy and still speak English.
That is important.
Yes, you do not need to wait until all the fear is gone.
Then what should they do?
Speak a little, even if they still feel afraid.
That is real courage.
I think so too.
Do you still feel nervous sometimes?
Yes, sometimes I do.
Really?
Yes, but now I know something important.
What is that?
I can feel nervous and still speak.
That is the difference.
Yes, before, fear stopped me. Now it does not.
So confidence came from action.
Exactly. Not from waiting, not from hiding, from speaking.
I think many listeners need to hear that today.
I hope it helps.
Before we finish, can you share one final message for anyone who is scared to speak English?
Yes, I want to say this. Your English does not need to be perfect to be useful.
Beautiful.
Start with one small sentence.
Then say one more tomorrow.
Yes, keep going little by little.
And slowly, speaking will feel easier.
Exactly.
Thank you for sharing your story, Michael.
Thanks, Olivia.
And thank you to everyone listening today.
We hope this episode gives you a little more courage.
Even one small step is a good start.
Practice slowly.
Speak simply.
And do not be afraid of mistakes.
That is how learning works.
We'll see you next time on Clip English.
Take care and keep practicing.
Bye, everyone.